Hello and welcome back to another Draft League video, and today I'll be talking about the draft recap for the APL Season 2 for the White Forest Shaymin. And for this season I have made a fancy layout and with face cam, you can see my face, I'm not a robot. And I'll use this for battles in the coming 11 weeks, maybe more depending on whether I make playoffs. In this draft I was 11th pick out of 12, so that means pretty much real pick, which is very nice, so you can pretty much plan two picks at the same time. And I wanted from the start, I wanted Hooper Unbound. Hooper Unbound is an actual beast, 160 attack, 170 special attack, was voted to be allowed in this league, and I was very surprised to get it as the 11th pick in this league. 130 special defense and 80 HP aren't too bad. Well, the 60 defense isn't that good and the 80 speed is a little lackluster. This thing can definitely be one of the biggest threats for my opponent's team. It has the magician ability, so if I have no item I can steal my opponents if I hit them, so I can go for like if gems are allowed I can use like a dark gem with hyperspace fury and use the dark gem and steal my opponent's item if I want to. It's also one of my 3 Z users. I'll announce the other 2 when I get to them. It gets Hyperspace Fury, Hyperspace Hole, Knockoff Taunt. Some of the moves it gets, I won't go entirely in depth with the moves it gets in case I want to use some cheeky strats for some of my weeks in case my opponents are watching. Please watch, give me views. Gets a lot of coverage, physical and special, can run both with a lot of success. Trick Room Trick, very cool mod to use. I don't know how it is to use Hooper Unbound. I don't play OU, I've never used this thing ever before, so we'll see how this works. It's called Winnie because Hoopa backwards is Apu, and it's a reference to Winnie the Pooh. Next, I was 100% sure to get either one of the Lottie twins because neither have been picked and there's only one person behind me, unless he is for some reason stupid and gets both Lottie twins. I would get one of them, preferably Latias, which I did get. Another one of my C users with left date ability, the bulkier one of the Lotties, get with 110 speed, 80, 90, 130 defense and 110 special attack. It has a viable physical attack set but mostly seen specially offensive. Gets default, gets roost, gets wish as well, gets healing wish, gets reflect type if I want to get fancy. Does get home class, calm mind to set up, screens, sucker punch, even roost, tailwind, thunder wave, trick if I want to. So yeah, this is a very cool mod. Fiona is the nickname for Latios because it's part of the Eon twins but with an E, so I thought that was a fitting name. Next I had my next 2 picks, even though they're probably a bit of a stretch, especially Delmice, but I really wanted Delmice because I wanted a reliable spinner, a reliable spin blocker, and a good grass type that is not weak to bug, because both of my first 2 picks were weak to bug. Especially, I didn't talk about it with Hoop Unbound, but this thing is quite weak to bug, and I didn't realize I had 2 psychic types when I picked Latias, so I do have a bit of a bug weakness in the first 2 picks, and I'm trying to fix it with the other mons. You can see them on the left. I put all the gifts there if you probably noticed that already. But I wanted webs. Webs are incredibly dangerous in combination with Unbound. That 80 speed is not that good, but if you put webs on the opponent's side of the field, you can really outspeed a lot of things and hit them very hard. So this thing does get sticky webs, does get quiver dance set up, defog if I want to remove the hazards, and gets momentum at U-turn, can also baton pass. I cannot pass quiver dance because quiver dance is a speed boost. You can pass speed boost in this league, you can pass anything but speed boosts. So I can use Calm Mind and baton pass if I really want to. Otherwise, quiver dance is superior. I can set up screens. I can roost up tailwind as well. Trick, stun spore for some utility. It's very fast, 124 speed, a decent special attack stat with 95, but and a bit on the weaker side defensively with 60, 60, 70 defenses. But if you put some investment into it, it can really take hits and wall things, like even with if you really want this thing to, it can wall mons like Mega Medicham to some degree, like Zen Habit will hurt, but it won't kill, and you can pressure it out with Moonblast and you can roost, you outspeed it, so you can beat Mega Medicham one-on-one. It does get Shield Dust, Honey Gather and Sweetfill are pretty much useless abilities, unless I'm up against something with like a Spore Moongus. I'm not gonna switch in on the Moongus. Or like a Breloom, this is a very good Breloom switch in with Sweetfill, so I cannot get put asleep. But Shield Dust is the superior ability, so I cannot get affected by secondary effects of attacks. I cannot get frozen by Ice Beams, burned by Scalds, flinched by Fake Out or Air/Iron Head. Even though they're both super effective, it's not a very good answer, but I cannot get flinched. What was I going to say? I can also not get like speed drops by things like Rock Doom and Icy Wind, and that's pretty much Rabombi. Nicholas is the reference to Nicolas Cage with not the bees. It's a very good reference. And then I have Davy Jones from Davy Jones Locker, the Delmise with the Steelworker ability giving stab boost to steel type moves, gets knockoff, spin, switcheroo for some trick shenanigans, an anchor shot for trapping mons, gets a reasonably good physical move pool with things like Rock Slide, Earthquake, Iron Head, Brick Break. Can run Surf if you really wanted to run Surf. You can run like a Whirlpool trapping set if you want to. Maybe one of the strats I'll use in the future, but it's mainly there for its huge physical attack stat and decent bulk with spinning capabilities, assault vest sets, knockoff. Even it's not that fast with 40 base speed, but it can really be annoying. It can synthesis up and just wall some of my opponent's mons whilst dealing a lot of damage with this pretty high physical attack stat. And next, two picks. My next pick I probably should have picked instead of Delmise this turn, because Delmise probably would have survived another two rounds. Technically, only it's pretty much 2 rounds. It was even mentioned in the chat by someone. He said I'll probably get Nihilego, and he didn't get Nihilego. And I also said to someone else that Nihilego of the mon I wanted fits very well on his team, and he also didn't get Nihilego. But I was very lucky to get Nihilego. a lot of new Legos in a very short period of time. It fixes to some degree my fire and bug weakness. Also one of my Z users, if I want to boost up and hit if I want to use a Z move to start my snowball rolling thing. It has very nice speed steer just above things like guard jump, the pixies, one of the base stat mons. A lot of those are outsped. Well, not a lot of. All of those are outsped by a new Lego. Has good special attack set and very good special bulk with a lot of HP. So this thing can function as a especially defensive wall, as well as a sweeper with Z move and beast boost. It can set up rocks, it can set up toxic spikes, it can knock off things, it can remove stat boosts if I really want to, foul play for things if they set up physically, can run scars, can run head smash if you really want to with a 53 base attack. Can set up both screens. It can has not that great coverage, but the coverage it does get pretty much does everything except hit steel types. So I do have to take care of steel types, but I think steel types aren't the biggest threat to my team. I only have 2 steel weaknesses and 1, 2, 3 resistances, and a lot of like monsters hit it reliably super effectively. That's pretty much the Lego censored because it's an what's it called? It's a squid. Things happen on the internet. Don't go there, kids. Next, Miami Beach, the Mantine, because of surfers on Miami Beach and Mantine surf in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, gets the water absorb ability, swift swim and water fill as well, but water absorb is by far the best one unless I want to run an offensive swift swim rain dance Mantine for the memes. Gets default, gets haze, scald for the burns, tailwind for even more speed, gets surprising coverage. I was actually shocked when I saw the coverage this thing got. It gets acrobatics, aqua tail, body slam, earthquake, gunk shot, iron head, liquidation, rock slide, seed bomb, signal beam, waterfall surf. Well, waterfall surf are logical, but some of these moves just actually don't make sense on Mantine. But hey, I ain't complaining about 3 ridiculous moves coverage. It gets boost in the newest generation. It has a massive special defense stat in 140 with 85 HP, making this a phenomenal especially defensive wall. Has a viable special attack stat and speed stat with 80 and 70, good enough physical defense to also function as a physical wall if necessary. Physical attack is low, so I probably won't use Earthquake Mantine, even though it's hilarious. But Mantine isn't that special. It's just most of the time there to take hits and stall things out, praying for no HP electric. Next, I had another 2 picks, another 2 rounds to wait for my next 2 picks, and I picked Licky Licky first because I wanted a solid cleric, even though Latias does get wish, does get healing wish. I wanted to get a reliable cleric, very fat mon to. I don't really need another fat mon, but I want another fat mon to rely on if I needed one, a normal type to be immune to the ghost typing, and it was more likely to get sniped by the person behind me than Ember is. So Licky Licky is pretty balanced overall, uh, around the 80 and 100 base stats with a 50 speed. I calculated max speed Licky Licky for science reasons. Don't question my Licky Licky spreads. 110 HP gives it a lot of bulk. It can use and with 110 HP base HP also means I can pass even more health into mons like UNBOUND, like um, Delmise, Nihilego. Um, if I want to Mantine, some of them other mons like Mega Aggron and Donphan, Embor, Electivire, they all appreciate health, recovery, reliable recovery, and that's what Licky Licky is here to give them. It gets knockoff, wish, heal bell, dragon tail, even more coverage. It's a normal type, so it gets insane amounts of coverage for no apparent reason. It gets ice coverage, electric coverage, fire coverage, rock coverage, psychic coverage, surf. It can surf for some reason. Aqua tail explosion for the memes. If I want to meme with the Licky. Gets refresh. There's no reason to run refresh, I feel bad. It gets more PP. If I want more PP for my clericing for selfish reasons, from Licky Licky standpoint, I can run refresh. I can belly drum. Belly drum Licky Licky is going to definitely come some week. Prepare for belly drum Licky Licky. But that's pretty much Licky Licky, not too special, just there to be fed. And next, my fire type, my fighting type, and more the very powerful boar with reckless ability. Oh wait, by the way, this thing gets own tempo, oblivious, and Cloud 9. Cloud 9 is only useful if I am against the weather team, which there's only one of. Oblivious is often the best one, so I cannot get taunted to continue my wish shenanigans. And own tempo is there if I really don't want to get confused, but I'll probably be oblivious 90% of the time. So back to Embor, it is reckless to give it a boost to its recoil damage moves like head smash, flare blitz. I think that's it. Wild charge, and that's those moves get boosted. Or I can just run Blaze to power up my fire type moves if I am below 1/3 HP. I can use bulk up, can use flame charge to set up, can get scald, can run a special set because it does have viable special attack stat, even though its attack stat is superior with 123 attack. Also has 110 HP matching Licky Licky's HP stat. Has 65 speed, so flame charge will put it above a lot of other mons, which is very nice. It gets earthquake and hammer arm, heavy slam, iron head, low kick, poison jab, general coverage moves for a mon like Embor. Gets an headbutt for other fighting types if I want to. Gets roar if I want to roar things out. But nothing too special, just hits hard. I can put grass knot on there for like Swampert or something like that. Embor is not that special. It just comes in, hits hard, and kills things. Then I have Jerry. Another 2 rounds further, I wanted my electric type, and I saw Electivire in tier 5, and that was just a steal in my opinion. Electivire is a very good mod, but it's often just not quite good enough. It's just not fast enough with 95 base speed. It just doesn't hit hard enough with 123, 95 stats, and it doesn't have the bulk to wall things or anything. But I think with webs and the right moveset, I think it can put in a lot of work Does get Modern Drive and Vital Spirit to give me an electric immunity, and also another one that cannot fall asleep alongside Rubombi. Electric immunity is very nice to pair up with Mantine, as Mantine does have a quad electric weakness and I have 2 electric immunities. I ignorant taunt for stopping mons from being bulky and recovering. I can volt switch for momentum. I can set up both screens, zap cannon if I want to hit for hit 100% of the time against like a no guard mon. A little meme, but I don't care. Gets good coverage, physical and special. Its special coverage is, in my opinion, a little bit better, but it can definitely work physically. Well, it doesn't. Yeah, it does get full. Never mind. It can. It. Never mind. Its special coverage isn't that much better than its physical coverage, if it is to begin with. It can run both physical and special, even though physical is stronger. Is like a good scarf mon. That's pretty much Electivire. Electivire isn't that special. But oh yeah, I've got nicknames. Licky Licky is called Hotspot because it's literally Wi-Fi. Boris is called Boris because I had that's what I called my shiny Ember in my White 2 shiny badge quest, and that's the exact reason why I called Electivire Jerry, because I also had an Electivire in that shiny badge quest. So that explains those 2 names. Next is Don Fantastic. The Don Fan with the sturdy ability and Sandville is mostly sturdy, can live any hit from full. Or I want to be cheeky and avoid things in sand because there is a sand team. Gets knockoff, ice shard, spin, rocks. Not other moves are like Fire Fang, Gung Shot. It does get ice, or not. Doesn't get ice fang. Doesn't need ice fang. Get ice shard. Gets edge quakes, heat bomb, superpower. Play rough. Gets good coverage. Has good physical book. Good physical book. Good physical attack. Its special defense is good enough to be an answer to mons like Tapu Koko with an assault vest or something like that. Its speed is very. Its speed can be boosted by rock polish, and 50 base speed is a very good speed stat to work with. If you have rock polish, you can easily outspeed any of the opposing ones with just going max attack adamant, and 90 HP is also very nice to help with the bulk. That's pretty much Don Fan, rocks, spin, that's what it does best. And next, the Mega I pretty much wanted the second I drafted UNBOUND, but I didn't have to draft until the last round because no one could get it or should have gotten it at that point. So I decided to grab Mega Aggron, aka Thickron. Gets sturdy but mostly filter. After Mega Evolving, I'll probably be sturdy before Mega Evolving so I can't die. In case that's helpful in any way. Gets Stealth Rock, Taunt, Roar, Magnet. Oh yeah, Magnet Rush. I put it on there because it's actually hilarious. Because this thing weighs a shit ton, and it can just be raised by some electromagnets. That was funny to me. It's an insane physical defense stat with good HP, good special defense, and again 50 base speed does allow me to outspeed a lot of things with rock polish. Has a special attack, has very good physical attack with 140, gets a lot of coverage, Aqua Tail, Brick Break, Avalanche, Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Flamethrower, Fire Blast for like katanas, Ice Beam, Ice Punch. There's a lot of coverage, very nice coverage you have. Is a very reliable stealth rocker. Can almost not be one-hit KO'd by any move. Maybe like a Z Fire Blast from a Chandelure can come close to killing a Mega Aggron, but Mega Aggron is a very bulky mon that in combination with Mantine forms a very reliable defensive core. I know I say very a lot, but I don't care. um, I'm looking forward to building and playing with this team. I don't know how well I am with a bulk. I have a lot of very bulky mons with Aggron, Donphan, Licky, Mantine, even Nihilego, Larias, Delmise, Rebombi. A lot of defensive mons, but then next to those defensive mons, very offensive mons like Hoopa and Bound, Larias to some extent, Rebombi, Nihilego, Embor, Electivire, and even Donphan and Mega Aggron to some extent. I have like both extremes of the offensive defensive sides, so I don't know how well this is going to go, but I'm looking forward to trying this, and I'll see you all in the week 1 battle against Cody Cow and his Los Angeles Arcanines, I think. So see you all next week when that video goes up. Bye.